then you write after my explanation. Stop, please. You write after my explanation. It's okay. Stop writing. In the previous class, we talked about the budget line and indifference curve. There's always a budget constraint because individuals cannot spend the same amount of money with the same level of income. Your income is fixed, and you have to purchase two products that have a fixed price. It is difficult for you to spend the same amount of money on those two goods at the same quantity. So the purchase of one would reduce the purchase of the second. That is why we have the budget constraint. Budget constraint is all about our income that is fixed, that we cannot increase or decrease. And when we have to spend on our income because consumption is based on income. Yes or no? Yes. So that's why we have the budget line. And for the indifference curve, it shows us why we behave differently to different products, which have the same satisfaction. That is indifference curve. I think we remember that. Yeah. There's the budget line which talks about our fixed income or what we can buy. The consumption of one will reduce the consumption of other. That is budget line. Then we have the indifference curve, which talks about how consumers behave differently to different products that have the same utility. I think we understand that, we remember that, right? So this combination will allow us to talk about consumer income reaching the optimal level. So we want to use the budget line and the indifference curve to expatiate or to explain how consumers react when income increases. Now we want to combine the indifference curve and the budget line at the same spot to talk about how consumers reach optimal level. And when we talk about optimal level, that means the highest satisfaction you can derive. Yes or no? Great. Are you guys with me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Do you get the point I'm making here, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So that takes us to the effect of, please close the door while you're going. You close the door. The effect of a change in income on consumer choice. Consumers divide. Our purchasing power always increases as soon as our income increases. So as soon as our income increases, we have the ability to buy more. That's our purchasing power. So how does it affect what we consume in terms of goods and services when we have to use the indifference curve and the budget line? The budget line and the indifference curve can be used to show the effect of a change in income. Income is the amount of money earned by individuals, yes or no, also on consumption. So income is always based on what? Consumption. I think that is known, it's clear. It is important to note that consumer's choice should be optimal. At any point in time, we have to reach the optimal level. So therefore, the point at which the PL intersects the indifference curve is the optimal level. So we have the intersection between the budget line and the indifference curve. Where they have intersection, it's called the optimal level. So for here, the optimal level is here, which is E1. The budget line and the indifference curve are intersecting at E1. Are you with me, please? Good. So, okay. If you have a question, please ask. Okay. So using product A and product B, we have product A, product B. Now we have the analysis. E1 will give you the consumer maximum combined consumption of good A and good B. Given that the budget line constraint, the budget constraint is in the budget line of B1. So we are assuming that our budget line is at B1. This is our level of income. Then, individual, we have two combined goods, product A and product B, that we can buy at optimal level. And the optimal level is where we have product A and product B having an intersection in terms of the indifference curve and the budget constraint. So for good A and good B, there's intersection at this point. Please look at the word and stop writing. This is important. For product A and product B, consumer will maximize their optimal level at this point, E1. So for these products, this is the optimal level, given that our budget line is at B1. This is our budget line. For budget line B1, the optimal level is at E1 for product A and product B. That is the situation we have right now. But something has changed. Our budget constraint has what increased, or our income has increased. So when your budget constraint increases, it simply means that now you can spend more than what you used to spend on. So how do you behave? E1 will give consumer maximum combined consumption of good A and good B, given that the budget constraint is in the E1. So this is for the first situation. An increase in income, now that is the situation which we are talking about. An increase in income will allow the consumer to choose a better combination of good A and good B. Because your income has increased, you can now purchase more of good A and more of good B. Before now, your income is at this level. So you can't go further than this point. But now your income has increased. Because your income has increased, you have the ability to purchase more of good A and more of good B.
So
the optimal level will change too. So because you can now consume more than what you used to consume, the optimal level would rise at E2. That is the new optimal level. Which simply means the consumer can now move from E1 to E2. That is the income effect. But it doesn't end there. This implies that more of good A and B will be consumed. Therefore, the new optimal level is at E2, which is noted. This is our new optimal level. New optimal level. But this is not where we're going. As soon as there's a movement, the position from E to E2 means both products can now be consumed more than how it used to be consumed. Yes or no? We can increase product A at the same time increase product B. If that happens, it means we are talking about a normal good. And what's a normal good? A normal good.
Normal goods are durable goods. No, I don't think I remember them.
Normal goods are goods that we consume as soon as our level of income increases. So the YED, you know YED, income elasticity of demand. The degree of responsiveness between the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in the level of income.
Yeah, the change in the price in demand over quantity in income.
Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 divided by Y2 minus Y1 over Y1.
Yeah.
So a YED with a positive YED means the product is what? A normal good. A normal good is a good that our level of we consume it more as soon as our level of income increases. So in this situation, the change in position from E1 to E2 means more of product A and more of product B as what? Been consumed. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Q1B to Q2B, Q1A to Q2A. Both of them are being consumed at the optimal level. So we consume more of product A, at the same time we consume more of product B. So it simply means product A and product B are what? Normal good. Because these are goods that we consume more as soon as our level of income increases.
Yeah. If you is opposite, when your income increases, your consumption decreases.
So those goods that we consume less as soon as our income increases are called what? Inferior good. Do we get it? Yes. So, if the increase in income or budget constraint leads to one good being consumed more, this means the other good is what? An inferior good. So, if on the other hand, we consume more of product A and few, we did not consume product B, it means product B is what? Inferior good. So, let's look at when we talk about substitution effects. For substitution effect, there's substitution effect because an increase in the price of a product makes us to switch in buying that product more as we switch from the less expensive to the now expensive products. There's an increase in the price, we have product A and product B. For substitution effect, it means a rise in price of product A makes us to buy more of product A and we stop buying product B. That is substitution effect. But in a real sense, it is irrational. Because consumers are supposed to buy a product when the price reduces. So I'm just reviewing back with substitution effect. So today we're not talking about substitution effect, but I'm just telling you what substitution effect is. An increase in price that makes us to start buying that expensive product. That is substitution effect. Yes, sure. In the previous class, we talked about the difference called budget line and substitution effect. There's substitution effect as soon as we have two products, product A and product B, and there's increase in the price of product A, which makes us to start to buy more of product A instead of product B. Product B becomes cheap, right? But we did not buy product B, we start buying product A. That is substitution effect. I think that is clear. But here, there's a new position from E1 to E2. The new position from E1 to E2 means both product A and product B are what? Normal good. In contrast, if there's an increase in the price in the quantity of product A and a reduction in the quantity of product B, it means product B is what? An inferior good. I think it's clear. So inferior goods are goods that will consume less as soon as our income increases. Normal goods are goods that have a positive Y, which means we consume them more as soon as our income increases. Any question about the effect of a change in income on consumer choices? As soon as income increases, consumer choices increases. Using the budget line and the difference curve, it means there's going to be a new position for the optimal level. Any question?
No, thank you.